There's a quick turnaround of games, but the game tomorrow against Colwyn Bay is an ideal opportunity to put Saturday's disappointment behind us.
Yeah, without a doubt it is. I think there's no hiding place for the disappointment on Saturday. Our expectations, and where we hold ourselves, and in where we should be. And it's certainly not being disrespectful to Barry whatsoever, because in the end of the day they've got a point out of it. But being 2-0 up at home against anybody, I'd expect we to win the game comfortably in the way the game went as well. And it's easy to reel out stats, but we had 75+% possession, 34 shots at goal, 15 on target, etc. But we all know that it's the goals that count, and they finished 2-2, and they're stuck in the game, and they asked the questions right at the end, and unfortunately, we just switched off. I think 2 isolated moments of a little bit lack of professionalism, and a bit of possibly lack of concentration, and thought the game was already finished. But clearly that's why we all love football and why we're all involved with football, because things like that happen.
And with games on Saturday, Tuesday and Friday, although you will be fully focused on the fixture at Colwyn Bay, how does the fact that you've got those 3 games in such a short period of time affect the preparations for tomorrow? Yeah,
there's very little you can do really, apart from look at the games. I've obviously watched Colwyn Bay and then prepare accordingly, and it's just recovery and match preparation. There's a little bit of top up with the lads who didn't play many minutes on Saturday. They'll do a session today. The other lads will do a recovery, and we'll do some set plays and a bit of tactical stuff out on the pitch, but it's very, very light. So it's recovery and match prep, but it's a great opportunity. It's the gauntlet's been thrown down to the boys that it is a disappointing result on Saturday, but with football, as we all know, you get an opportunity to bounce back quickly, and it's up to us now to go and perform on Tuesday and put some possibly wrongs right, and make sure we have a strong performance.
You've addressed the injury issues in our recent press conferences, but it's good to see players edging back now towards match fitness and getting out there on the pitch, and that's what Rory Oldham did on Saturday. That was a good positive sign.
Yeah, it was, without a doubt. It was great. We all know Rory's qualities. He's come in. He's played a major contribution in European. He's got 2 penalties and scored a goal. So he's proved his worth there, and on Saturday he plays a great ball through for Jordan for another assist. So we'll be glad that Rory's back. It gives us more options. It gives us more depth. I'd expect Danny Redmond to be in and around ready for tomorrow. And Ryan Brobble's not a million miles away either. So we're getting them back. We should by Friday probably have Danny Redmond and Ryan Brobble definitely back in with us, so that's another plus. They're just the little bit longer term ones are still John Routledge, Ash Baker, and Dex being managed accordingly on a week-to-week basis to see where he is. And then obviously Guion Davids, I think he'll be back again on Friday as well. He's had a little bit of tendinitis in his knee. So we are getting players back. We're strengthening the squad again. The lads have done brilliant. But it is a big ask, for anybody, whether, the old adage obviously being professional, will prepare a little bit better, etc. But to play, 3 games in 6-day period, it's going to stretch anybody, and it's obviously stretching us because of the injuries we've got as well.
We made a couple of loan signings recently. They've had another week to get bedded in and to train and to prepare. Good to see Benny on the pitch on Saturday. Are we likely to see him or Jared perhaps involved against Colwyn Bay?
They both had another week. It's been good. It's obviously been a bit of a bitty week because of games, and they've had to do more training sessions. Just every week they're in with us. They're learning a little bit more. They're getting bedded in a little bit more, and and they're understanding how we play and what we need from players, and in our philosophy and thoughts about how we want to play football, etc. So it's another good opportunity for them with three games in 3 days. Then as I've alluded to before, we're gonna need everybody to be ready to go when called upon.
And as far as the starting 11 is concerned, if we had the usual weekend games with nothing in between, you perhaps would have a little bit more of a luxury in terms of the starting 11. So as that has that, or will that affect the actual 11 to take to the field tomorrow, due to the fact that we've had the game on Saturday and then we have another one a couple of days or so later?
Yeah, well, obviously the game was Saturday, and the players were in yesterday for recovery on Sunday morning, and then obviously they're in today again on Monday morning. So we'll know a little bit more. We are early on Monday morning now with just how people recover, how people are feeling. You know, we've got the lineup in our heads, and we know what we're going to do, but it's just going to touch base with Phil, the physio, and see how players are feeling, because like you said, you know, it's some players there have played 2 games, and you know, will have to play 2 games in a 2-3 day period, and then obviously Friday as well. So it's more so this morning, you know, see how everyone is this morning, and then if everyone's okay, then we'll go with the best team that will think they'll win the game on Tuesday.
And although it's easy to focus still on the Barrytown United game, as we do step back and look at the big picture, we are unbeaten, we are top of the table, we're scoring goals, so still lots of positives.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's football. That's what we're talking about. Football. Yeah, you know, it's an exciting game. It's, you know, it's why we all watch it. You know, the heavily favourites are 2-0 up with 10 minutes to go, and then it ends up 2-2. And it's probably something that it surprised a lot of people, but it's gone, it's done, it's dusted. We come in yesterday morning for recovery, you know, we've done a little bit of match analysis as well, and then it's put to one side. And certainly with 3 games in 6 days, you can't hold on to it for too long, because it ends up eating you up inside. Even though I was very angry, should I say, and emotional straight after the game on Saturday, then with football you've got to move on, and like I said, it's now it's taken all that disappointment into the game on Tuesday and Friday, and really shown that really meant something to everybody, more so the players than anything, that we can go out there on Tuesday and Friday and put a few wrongs right.
And there will be a good crowd tomorrow at Colwyn Bay. Yeah. They're looking for their first victory of the season. They'll bring their own particular challenges and hurdles that we need to overcome.
Yeah, they will do. Yeah, Colwyn Bay are a fantastic supported club, as Barrytown were on Saturday. It's they're big clubs in their own right. And that both of them have just come up from the league below, so they're very used to winning football games. Obviously, it hasn't started as well as what both of them would like. And they both could be in a different position with a little bit more fortune either way. But yeah, we'll be going there. But I think, I understand all that. But I think probably the result on Tuesday, I would like to think it's focused our minds a little bit more than maybe what it had before. And, maybe a kick up the backside to not be complacent and not take our foot off the pedal, for the 90 odd minutes or the 100 odd minutes we're playing in modern day football at this moment in time. So yeah, it's something that we can't, we've got to concentrate, 99% on ourselves. Yes, we've done our due diligence. Yes, we've watched footage of Colwyn Bay. Yes, we know their strengths and weaknesses, and we've got respect for that. But I think even more so with the disappointing result on Saturday, we need to focus on ourselves and focus our minds and make sure we turn up and put on a really good performance on Tuesday.